If you're a business owner or a leader, today's video will be particularly relevant to you because we're exploring a topic that inevitably affects everyone in our roles. I'll share a real story from my experience, a difficult situation with an employee that has taught me invaluable leadership lessons that have since shaped how I approach leadership. Make sure to watch the full video to prepare you to navigate similar challenges. So, let me start with the story. A few months ago, we had an employee who was going through some tough personal challenges. He was feeling quite overwhelmed and had a hard time focusing on work. We had several conversations about his situation, and I suggested he might benefit from talking to a professional counsellor. Despite his struggles, he decided not to pursue that path, and looking back, it's clear that his choice had a significant impact on everyone involved. As a team, we really wanted to be supportive. We reduced his workload, extended his deadlines, and covered for him whenever he couldn't manage his tasks. He was granted all the sick leave he needed, and we did our best to provide an environment where he could feel understood and supported. It really did seem like the right thing to do at the time. But what happened next taught me one of the most valuable lessons in leadership. In the beginning, the employee improved, but then came another bad fall. And over time, the employee got into the habit of being helped out. He began to rely on the team to pick up the tasks he couldn't do, and there was no visible effort on his part to regain control of his work or even seek the help he needed. I even moved him to a different project where he could work slower and unbothered. Then, after more than 5 months of trying to offer him support, he told me he was going to go and work for another company. He then left us without finishing his tasks. And the part that stung the most, he didn't even thank us for the support that we had just provided. He just walked away, leaving behind a pile of incomplete work and a team that felt both used and unappreciated. Now look, I have worked from corporations for more than 15 years. And I know what it feels like to be shat on from a great height. To work under leaders who were disconnected and indifferent, which didn't even give a damn about your needs. Now, I don't want to be that type of leader, and this is something that I've paid a lot of attention to. That's why I try to offer as much support as possible. Leadership during difficult times is one of the most challenging, but also the most defining aspects of our roles. And we have the hard task of remaining balanced and not becoming overly compassionate or disconnected from our team. So, let's break down some of the key lessons I learned and explore how you can apply them in your leadership journey. Lesson 1. Balancing compassion and performance. One of the first things I learned is the importance of setting clear boundaries when offering support. Now, according to Adam Grant's book, Give and Take, successful organizations thrive when they find the right balance between giving and taking. Now, as a leader, it's crucial to ensure that while you're supporting an employee through a personal crisis, the overall productivity and morale of the team are not compromised. Here's where the concept of enabling versus empowering comes in. You see, when we enable someone, we often remove the need for them to take action. On the other hand, empowering means giving them the tools and support they need to help themselves. Now, in our case, we enabled the employee to constantly pick up his work without encouraging him to seek professional help or take steps to managing his own responsibilities. This not only affected his growth, but also placed an unfair burden on the rest of the team. So, how can you strike the right balance? Well, you need to start by setting clear expectations from the beginning. Let your employee know that while you are there to support them, there is an expectation for them to take certain steps as well, whether that's seeking professional help, managing their workload within the limits of their situation, or gradually taking on more responsibility as they start to recover. Another critical lesson I learned is understanding the boundaries of managerial support. Brené Brown talks about the importance of vulnerability in leadership in her book, Dare to Lead, but she also emphasizes the need for clear boundaries. As leaders, we need to show empathy and understanding, but we must also recognize when our support is no longer beneficial. Now, in our situation, we crossed the line from being supportive to enabling a cycle of dependency. We didn't set limits on how long we would reduce his workload or make it clear that his continued absence from key tasks was unsustainable for the team. As a result, we ended up compromising the productivity of the entire team. It's so important to create a framework for support that includes clear time limits, regular check-ins, and expectations for improvement. This way, you're providing the necessary support without sacrificing the needs of the business. One practical approach is to establish a policy where employees going through personal crises are offered a set period for reduced responsibilities, after which a review is conducted. This review can assess their readiness to resume normal duties, and if needed, adjustments can be made. However, it's crucial that these adjustments are finite and communicated clearly. This experience also led me to reflect on the broader role of leadership during difficult times. See, leadership isn't just about making decisions. It's about guiding your team through challenges while maintaining a sense of direction and purpose. Simon Sinek, in his book, Leaders Eat Last, emphasizes that leaders must protect their teams, but they also need to make tough decisions that ensure the long-term health of the organization. In my situation, I realized too late that by not addressing the growing issue head-on, I wasn't just failing the employee, I was also failing the entire team. I honestly believe that other people would have got rid of him immediately. But I thought it would be just too drastic. You see, one of the toughest aspects of leadership is knowing when to be compassionate and when to be firm. This experience has taught me the importance of preparing for future challenges. As leaders, we should have a clear plan of how we handle personal crises within the team. This includes having resources like employee assistance programs, creating a culture that encourages seeking help early, and being ready to step in with firm, compassionate leadership when needed. What about you? Have you faced similar challenges in your leadership journey? How did you handle them? You know what? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on leadership and business management.